Lecture 3, Zoomusicology. Zoomusicology and the related fields biomusicology and ecomusicology examine connections between human musics and animal vocalizations such as chirps, hoots, bugling, growls, howls, and calls. I first heard the term zoomusicology in an interview with a Canadian composer, Emily Doolittle, who suggested there is no way to define music that includes human music but excludes all animal musicking. Much animal vocalization fits even the narrowest definitions of music. To exemplify, Merriam-Webster defines music as vocal, instrumental, or mechanical sounds having rhythm, melody, or harmony. A chickadee's defense call, chickadee-dee-dee-dee, or its mating call, cheeseburger, fits the definition as vocal sounds and show both rhythm and melody. The Greek root zoion means animal, and logia means study. Zoomusicology, then, is a study of animal music, zoo music. Music composers, performers, as well as scientists such as soundscape engineers, ornithologists, and zoologists have studied zoo music for various purposes, long before the term was conceived. Ornithologists might be concerned most with the biological and evolutionary questions around birdsong, while composers are interested in the aesthetic and emotional musical qualities. As we continue to assess the roots of human musicking, it becomes evident that at least some of the earliest expressions of human song, including those produced by Stone Age flute makers and Neolithic drummers we surveyed in a previous lecture, were motivated by zoo music. In one short example we played of the Neanderthal bone flute, the performer imitated animal calls. Musicians today are still inspired by birdsong, whale melodies, and the rhythms of crickets and cicadas, and the evocative calls of wolves. Zoo musics evoke aesthetic and emotional responses because our human minds understand these sounds as music. As such, we can analyze zoo music using music elements we studied in previous years: melody, tones moving higher and lower to create musical ideas; rhythm, notes and rests moving through time; dynamics, the loudness and softness of music; timbre, the quality or color of sounds distinguishing one voice or instrument from another, and so on. Ornithologists have generated phonetic transcriptions of birdsong that observe rhythm and pitch, such as chickadee, whippoorwill, jay, and witchety, witchety, witchety. These help people recall, identify, and categorize birds present in an ecosystem. It is important to know that there are both artistic and scientific ways to partake in a lifetime of musical engagement. Many amateur ornithologists and musicians record bird songs, noting location and date of the recording, and upload their audio files to eBird, which is copied to the Macaulay Library, a resource for professional scientific research. According to the Audubon Society, many amateur recordists record on their smartphones with higher quality recording apps such as Rode Rec or RecForge 2, and often purchase miniature directional mics such as Rode Video Mic Me, which is $59 at the time of the recording of this lecture in the US. Other upgrades to recorder microphone systems such as Zoom H4n or shotgun mic, like the Sennheiser ME66K6, or even expensive recorders such as Nager 7, which is $3,000. Still, others who are more technologically sophisticated create DIY, do-it-yourself setups. DIY systems can offer professional setups at far less cost. In the 1950s, off the coast of Bermuda, U.S. Navy engineer Frank Watlington, using a top-secret hydrophone to monitor submarine activity, recorded the first humpback whale songs. Not a marine biologist, Watlington noted how these sounds seemed sorrowful and melodic. He preserved these recordings for more than a decade and eventually shared them with Roger Payne, a marine biologist, who would later produce the 1970 album Song of the Humpback Whale, which sold over 100,000 copies. These whale song recordings were then used by musicians as varied as Alan Hovhaness, classical music, Paul Winter, New Age music, and Kate Bush, popular music. Birdsong has a longer history of being used in music. In jazz music, bebop saxophonist Charlie Parker, who lived from 1920 to 1955, got the nickname Bird because of his high-tempo, bird-like improvised melodic lines, and because he wrote songs with titles such as Yardbird Suite, Ornithology, and The Bird Gets a Worm. Here's what The Bird Gets a Worm sounds like, posted to YouTube by Minnie Cooper. It's like a chaotic bird song, isn't it? The classical music tradition, however, contains more varied and explicit use of birdsong. Examples include Vivaldi's Nightingale and Cuckoo melodies in The Four Seasons, Handel's Nightingale birdsong in his Sweet Bird aria, Prokofiev's Quacking Duck played on the oboe in Peter and the Wolf, and Dvorak's use of melodic ideas inspired by stock doves, skylarks, and the house sparrow. One of my favorite uses of birdsong is in the piano composition by Amy Beach, who lived from 1867 to 1944, Hermit Thrush at Eve. Listen to a little of her transcription of the birdsong posted on YouTube by George N. Giannopoulos. Interesting, we have 3 different variations. Listen now to an actual hermit thrush singing, posted on YouTube by McElroy Productions. The wild bird song we just listened to is more intricate than the composition, with the piano being limited in pitch by the chromatic scale. The hermit thrush song contains pitches in between and notes not available on the keyboard, as well as dynamic and melodic variation that cannot be noted entirely using written music, 5 lines, 16th notes, rest, time signatures, etc. The U.S. Park Service provides a spectrogram of the hermit thrush call, which offers scientists and composers an accurate visual representation of the birdsong. Spectrograms are graphs that visualize sounds. The brightness of the colors shows sound's amplitude, loudness, across different frequencies, pitches, shown from bottom to top and over time from left to right. I did print out one, but I only have black and white, so it's kind of hard to see. You can kind of see what's going on. You can see there's multiple lines too at once showing overtones. Continuing on. While not practical for music performance sake, what would you do with this image as you sat in front of a piano? It does deepen our understanding of both the general direction of the call, such as is captured by Beach's notation, but comprises a visualization of overtones, dynamics, bended notes, and subtle variations that cannot be notated in any other way.